Hello and a very warm welcome to the TNC Podcast. It's been a little while, but thankfully we've not missed too much. Chris Reeve, you've been on holiday.
I might have been.
Remind me where you went. Was it south of Spain?
Don't know. Somewhere in Spain, I think.
Okay.
Somewhere in Spain.
Okay.
How are you?
Yeah, good.
Mate,
Busy?
I laughed my backside off.
Did
right?
you?
Because I'm in the taxi going to the airport. Right?
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, here we go. This is superb, right?
Yeah.
Because I just took holiday at the perfect time.
Because
you had to cover everything.
Yes.
Literally, probably the biggest Norwich City breaking news broke as I was in the taxi regarding Dealer and Michael handing over the baton to the Norfolk group, the Athanasios.
Yeah, it wasn't just that day.
Yeah,
correct. And that feels like months ago.
Yeah,
it was like a couple of weeks ago because Johnny Rowe was made to train with the under-21s.
Yeah.
That feels like a lifetime ago. Delia and Michael were standing down.
Yeah.
You were going on some sort of holiday, and I was trying to.
Kamara handed his transfer request as well, so which we're going to speak about. Anyway, that was a random start. Back to
How
the agenda.
was the holiday?
Mate, it was lovely.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
See the Big Five.
Saw the Big Five.
Grant Hanley, Cordoba.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, a few of those new Norwich lads could comfortably fit into the Big Five, to be fair. Including
Brad the Bison.
And including Ante Sinats, by the way, who we are going to speak about.
Yeah.
He's a big lad.
He is a big lad.
Anyway.
Interesting voice.
Yeah, fine.
Not the voice you'd expect from a 6'3" bison.
Quite up for it.
Yeah, me too.
Norwich won, Sheffield United won.
So much to talk about.
There's so much to talk about.
I'm actually looking down this list of things that have happened. I've gone, oh yeah, God, yeah, no, we did sell Adam Eder.
We're going to do well to keep this down to an hour, aren't we?
Yeah.
It might end up having to be 2.
We shall try.
Let's do it.
Chris Wilder, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
They came to Carrow Road.
He's hard work.
He is hard work.
He's annoying.
He knows what he's
a
doing.
wind-up as well. And what's he doing post-match with the old, watch the time? Even though they drew.
Respect it.
He still pulled out the watch the time. Like,
did you see he was doing his best to sell Josh Sargent as well?
Yeah, he's just. But what I kind of respect is, if he's your wanker, you love him, don't
yeah.
you? But because he's Sheffield United...
Well, he was also trying to win the Norwich fans back over, wasn't he? By saying that he had a yellow and green scarf on at one of the games with Stuart Webber, Dealer and Michael.
Maybe they were trying to sort of keep him warm for the gaffer's job at one point.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Would you have taken him?
Absolutely not. I'd rather shit in my hands than clap.
I thought we were decent on Saturday.
Yeah, we looked good, mate. And you'd told me as well, Blackburn at home, it was sort of a similar performance. So.
Yeah, I think... The Blackburn game and also the Sheffield United game, I think we're at that stage of the season, I said, didn't I, that we can't judge results too much at this stage. We need to be seeing a performance is going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Can you see an identity forming?
Yes.
We were both at Oxford. It's night and day from what we saw then.
Totally agreed.
I thought it was interesting. Kenny McLean said post-match, he said, I can see improvement on a daily basis. And I thought, yeah, actually I can as well.
And linked to Kenny's comments, what I liked as well is Kenny, without being prompted, recognised the supporters were clearly getting behind. It was a backwards and forwards, and that he could feel that they were appreciating the new philosophy that Johannes Hoftrup is slowly but surely embedding within this Norwich City side, which is still not complete in terms of ins, in terms of outs. Potentially. So yeah, look, I'm relieved because the game at Oxford was a horror show, let's be honest. It was awful. It was really awful. Yeah. And I was thinking, good God. But now, look, 2 really positive performances at home in the league, as well, of course, beating Stevenage. Yes, we conceded a
couple. Up for the cup?
We conceded a few, but,
I think I'm up for the cup this year.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, I'm going to Palace tomorrow.
Finally, at long last.
Yeah, I'll be at Selhurst.
Yeah.
BBC duties.
Yeah. Canary Call.
Yeah, give us a ring.
How are you enjoying Canary Call?
It's been great.
You enjoying it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Great,
it's a good laugh, isn't it?
Lots of interesting calls.
We're going to get onto it. There's some questions about it in our podcast. We are going to talk about Canary Call, I'm sure. Let's get back to the agenda.
Yes.
We've signed a couple of new players which we need to talk about.
Yeah, and we've seen one. We saw one of them on Saturday.
Yeah.
Ante Sinats.
Yeah. For a big lad.
Big price.
Good. And good. Good.
Do you want a stat?
Come on.
It's not a good stat.
Oh.
But I'll tell you a stat anyway.
Right.
So, Ante Sinats was playing in Poland last year.
Yeah.
And the season we signed Przemysław Boheta, he was playing in the same division. Przemysław Boheta scored more goals in his last season in Poland than Ante Sinats did.
Okay.
I'll just sprinkle that one in there.
But obviously now complete night and day between the two. So the Prince of Poland had his
is he still
one
on the calendar?
season. One.
Oh no, it's Ben Gibson on the calendar.
There's currently Ben Gibson on the calendar at the moment. Ante Snats, we've signed him, and as I was saying, big lad. And what surprised me was just how good he is with his feet, considering his height.
Great touch for a big lad.
I was impressed. I was very impressed, and
it's helpful when footballers are good with their feet.
Yeah, of course. But to be fair to him, Jack, he's been thrown in straight away.
Yeah.
They've gone, no. When they were giving it in the interviews, no, he's ready. And he was saying, no, I'm ready. And I was like, well, we've sort of heard this all before.
He is ready.
Saturday, 2:00, Ante Snats is on the starting lineup. And I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
And look, don't get me wrong, of course, towards the back end of the game, you could see that he was maybe tiring up a little bit, but that's completely natural for a new player that's come from abroad, getting up to speed with the physicality and tempo of the English game. So no, look, I was quietly impressed with him, and it was good, as you say, Jack, that we got the money for Alameda. We went, here you go, boom, chips on red, Ante Snats. Good, about time.
It'll be interesting to see as time goes on and things develop where Johannes Hofthorpe feels his strongest position is. I saw I was listening to Connor Southwell saying that, and it was quite deep actually. He was going, he doesn't think Johannes Hofthorpe sees positions necessarily, he's kind of freestyles a little bit.
Oh really?
And I think Ante Snats might have a little bit of first season sergeant syndrome. I'm calling it. I think he's a number 9 Snats. I don't think he's a winger. I think he's got first season sergeant syndrome.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But then, did I not hear him say in his interview that he said he could play number 10, or he likes to play number 10?
I don't think he's a wide player.
But then, linking to our next part of the conversation, our other new player,
Oscar Schwartau.
Oscar Schwartau. Let's have a little bit of that, by the way.
Getting excited about this.
Danish wonder boy.
And the thing that really, I've been listening to lots of Connor Southwell.
18 years old, by the way.
Well, this is the thing. And Connor Southwell was going this lad can still be playing under 21 football in 3 years. He's basically only just finished his SATs.
I'll be honest, Jack.
18, Chris.
I know. I'll be honest.
Wow, Oscar Schwartau.
I have absolutely no idea who Oscar Schwartau is, but now he's a yellow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's the next best thing since sliced bread. I'm really looking forward to watching him play, and I think he'll start at Palace. And linked to the point about being 18, Jack, I've provided you with some very interesting numbers regarding Norwich City's switch to signing young players.
Well, just on Palace on Tuesday night, I've actually seen into the future.
Go on.
I've developed, since you've been in Kenya,
Yeah.
I've developed a superpower.
Go
and
on.
I can see into the future.
Go on.
And you heard it here first.
Right.
Oscar Schwartau
Yeah.
scores at Selhurst Park on Tuesday. I've already seen it. It happens.
Schwartau scores.
Schwartau scores
A screamer.
in Croydon, and he just loves life.
What is Oscar Schwartau's cello?
He picks the even if we're 4-0 up, picks the ball straight out the back of the net, back in the centre circle. Wants another one.
Oh, he's like one of them.
He wants more. He's never satisfied as Schwartau. Wants more. Norwich
not satisfied Schwartau.
Yeah.
NSS. We need to develop. We need to work on the nicknames for the new guys.
Super Schwartau.
Super Schwartau. I quite like that. By the way, I've clocked that the Prince of Panama is caught on.
Yeah. Weren't Norwich using it?
Yeah.
Can we have some royalties with that Norwich City?
People have started using it, and good.
Can we have a little bit of that Jonathan Rowe cash coming to TNC's way?
Oh, well,
share the love, Norwich.
And by the way, stay tuned because Johnny Rowe is part of the agenda.
He's not having a go anymore. Johnny Rowe, let him go.
And let me tell you, we're not letting that lie, that's for sure.
Norwich have made 6 signings at time of recording.
Yes.
Could have made more by the time this is out. Guess the average age of those 6 summer signings, Chris.
23.
Wrong. 20.3.
Really?
Jose Cordoba, guess how old he is. Looks about 40, but he's younger than me.
He's built like a buff 38-year-old, isn't he?
He's 23.
No, he's not.
23.
23.
Callum Doyle, I mean, he's got to be, 30? What
are they feeding him in Panama?
What are they feeding him in Manchester? Callum Doyle.
Yeah, well,
I mean, the amount of games he's played, he's got to be at least 26.
By the way, just a quick interlude on Callum Doyle.
Yeah, he's good, isn't he?
Never fall in love with a lone player. That's the quote. I'm in love.
Yeah.
I can't. I saw it at Oxford, and I was very frustrated that Hanley couldn't find that ball out to him, and he was frustrated.
He's not a left back.
I'm seeing some really, but do you know what, Jack? If he plays left back, then I'm fine. Wherever we play him, fine.
Right.
I'm really excited by CD.
How old is he?
I don't know how old is he.
He's 20. Ben Crescene, he's good.
I wish
Big Ben.
I wish Callum was our player, by the way.
He might be one day. Big Ben.
Ben Crescene, 22.
He's 20.
Really?
Amanka Forson.
22.
He's 21. Ante Cianats, I mean, he's massive.
21.
He's 20. And Oscar Schwartau's 18.
Interesting, isn't it?
Should we compare that to last year's?
It's interesting how the pendulum has swung completely the other way. And actually, weirdly, one of the things that we've been asking for is, of course, to bring in young players. We've now brought in young players, and now we've brought in almost so many young players. I think what might happen this season is we might start to value those experienced players more. Yeah,
actually. Simon Lappin was saying that.
Yeah,
he was you need a balance.
I think Simon Lappin was speaking some sense there.
But that's fine, Chris, because last summer,
go on.
Let me talk you through last summer's signings.
Go on.
Ashley Barnes was 33.
Yeah.
Shane Duffy was 31.
Yeah.
Christian Fastnax was 30.
Shane Duffy younger than Barnesy? Really?
Christian Fastnax was 30.
Yeah.
A player that got sent off for Plymouth at the weekend, Adam Forshaw, he was 30 when we signed him. Danny Bart, remember him?
Yeah.
He was 32.
Do you remember
forget Huang?
Do you remember Danny Bart? Oh, and Huang.
He was 31.
Do you remember Bart and Huang at Watford away? We did a watch along. Do you remember that? Anyway,
Danny Bart scored that.
Yeah, exactly.
And Huang.
Yes, that's what I just said. Listen to me.
They scored that night.
I can really feel the turning of the tide now. And I'm excited for it.
Oscar Schwartau excites me.
And so can Johannes Hoff-Turup aboard the Danish destroyer.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was quite interesting. We've signed a load of young players. Yeah. What's next on the agenda?
No, I think we should talk more about Sheffield United, because I think that you left the country after the Oxford result.
Yeah, I just couldn't stand it.
And
I had to get out.
The only new signing that played that day was Callum Doyle. And Amanka Forson came on but for half an hour.
Yeah.
Since then, we've seen Jose Cordoba's played in the Cup. Callum Doyle started every game. Ben Crescene's been starting. Amanka Forson's starting. Ante Cianats is starting. And Oscar Schwartau will probably play on Tuesday night. So it feels as if quickly these players are getting embedded. And I like the way that things are going. I must say, Chris, I thought we should have beaten Sheffield United.
Yeah.
And that's a massive compliment. They were Premier League last season. Did you see their bench? Brewster on the bench. The chap we tried to sign from Crystal Palace on the bench.
Well, to be fair, Brewster, Liverpool have pulled their pants down there.
20 million quid.
Yeah, I know, but they've pulled their pants down there.
But that's what I'm saying.
Average, but yeah, okay. It was a really, really, really positive performance against Sheffield United. I was just incredibly impressed. I did. It was really entertaining.
My God, it rained.
I was talking to Hux in the cellar house at the weekend when I bumped into Sargent, but that's another story.
Posh,
but anyway,
got
up in the world a little bit now.
They serve Lakens?
Do they?
I don't know. I was asking you.
Well, I didn't clock that. I hope they do. Cellar house.
Well, if they don't, then you're not allowed back.
Anyway. And I was saying to Hux about how the Sheffield United performance, I'm noticing that we're playing the ball in front of our attacking players now. And far too often under Wagner, we were picking the ball up and we became sideways merchants, right? I like the fact we're running onto the ball, and I think it's really exciting. And going back to the point about the new signings, and of course the goal, and this philosophy that Johannes Hoff-Turup is embedding into this Norwich City side, what a fucking touch that was from Forson. What a lovely, delicate little...
It was one of those where you almost had to watch the replay back because it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
I was looking at it, I was like, he's done something there, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the little outside of the boot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit tasty.
And I must admit, I didn't think that Amanka had that in his locker. He's got a lot in his locker.
That locker's full. And he can barely lock the locker.
And let me tell you, in the locker room, the lads really rate Amanka Forson. What I like about him, Jack, is his low centre of gravity. He can turn quickly. He can easily flick from left to right. He can use both feet. Flicky Forson.
That was a flick. You know what I also loved? Did you see, after Sargent had tucked away, obviously, Pope's still Catholic, Forson's celebration, he was so happy.
Oh, I didn't clock his celebration.
You need to watch it.
Passion.
I tell you what, the XP of that...
Expected passion.
It was one.
Yeah.
It was all there. The XP was off the charts, Chris.
Look, I know. It's not a case of questioning. This is facts, don't care about feelings. I know that Mankel Fulson is going to be one of, if not our best player this season.
Oh, really?
Mate, the engine on that lad is absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
It's like, if I was the referee, I'd be doing drugs tests on him afterwards. He was brilliant, and I think as well, the real positive is there's a couple of moments in that game. I think actually one of them, to be fair, led to the Sheffield United goal.
Yeah, was going to skip over.
I think once he sharpens up the passing, my God, what a player we've got there.
The exciting thing, I thought it was a real cliche tale of two halves at the weekend. I thought we were looking to take risks in a good way.
Yes.
And those risks ultimately did lead not only to our goal, but Sheffield United goal. I think JHT will be really disappointed with that. But those things will happen, particularly early on. What I liked is in the second half, I wasn't in the change room at half time, surprisingly, so I don't know what happened. But I think he's gone, look, let's be a little bit more settled. Let's not take as many risks, and let's hope that a chance comes late on in the game. And those chances did come. If we were a little bit tired, we would have won that game. But we felt disciplined. It never felt in that second half like things were out of control. It felt like we were the dominant team.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, no, I totally agree.
And against the Sheffield United side, who'll be up there at the end of the season, that was mightily impressive.
I mean, look, if Sheffield United aren't there or thereabouts, it is a monumental failure on the behalf of Chris Wilder with a squad that have spent that much money.
Kiefer Moore.
So look, he's a donkey, isn't he? The bloke, he is. No, look, it was a brilliant display. Norwich City fans should be very upbeat, very optimistic having watched that game. We've got a very tough game coming up. Palace is Palace in the Cup, of course, but I don't expect to win that one. But I would like to see a positive display. However, Cov away, another tough game. And I think Cov...
We're calling Coventry Cov now,
Cov will be playoffs. There's no doubt that they'll be playoffs.
Do you think?
No, there's no doubt, mate.
Oh, wow.
With their gaffer... Robbins and what they've done there. I suspect they'll be playoffs. So look, it's another tough game. So if we put in another good performance and get another result, whether that be a draw or even our first win of the season, it'd be huge.
I think just to bring things slightly back down to earth, I must say I did look at that squad. Like, there's a week of the transfer window left. I thought it was very telling that we only made 2 subs because we were puffing at the end. Liam Gibbs came on Hernandez, and actually, if you look away from those guys, it was basically like under 21s, Elliot, Miles. And look, fair play.
They're
going to have an impact this season. But I thought that was telling. And I looked at that squad and I thought, oh, God help us, if Sarge gets injured or if Kenny McLean gets injured,
but that's all. But
suddenly you're very light.
I know, but I'm going to challenge that. It's like that every season with any team. If your key player gets injured, you're up shit creek. And Sargent's the main man.
But not even... All right, so let's say Sarge doesn't... Let's say... Even like Liam Gibbs gets injured,
right?
You've suddenly not got a midfielder to bring on.
Yeah, look, but what
we need numbers.
Yes, and what we understand at this stage is that we're looking to there'll definitely be one more in midfield. I suspect there'll be 2 more coming in midfield.
Probably need another winger.
Both a winger and also a more of a central midfielder as well. So the reinforcements are on their way, and I'm trusting Napa. What I am concerned about, Jack, is I want to talk about this.
Oh.
And
you seem worried.
And I have
everything okay?
And I have to admit, Chrissy Wilder is
Wilder.
Chrissy,
nice.
Sorry. Do you know it's because of the new Danish revolution. I'm starting to pronounce my W's as V's. I don't know why, because that's actually German, isn't it? Anyway, Chrissy Wilder, he's got under my skin a little bit with his post-match Sargent comment. I've been interested in Sargent.
He's got you where he wants you, Chris.
He's got me where he wants me, and I'm going to bite. I am concerned about Josh Sargent and the transfer window still being open.
You saw him yesterday.
Look, and I have taken matters into my own hands, and I've locked him. If anyone wants him, if Napa or obviously Johannes, if you need him, he's locked in the cellar house as we speak. He's being looked after. Don't worry.
Norfolk Constabulary. This isn't an abduction case. This is for his own good.
Well, I'll be honest, it is an abduction case. Look, I'm concerned because look, all it takes is one of those strikers to get injured with one of those bottom half Premier League teams, and if someone offers 25 million, it's going to be really tough.
And it'll be like a pesky Bournemouth or shit like that.
Tell me about it.
Bournemouth or who else is?
And he just looks
or Brentford.
And Sargent just looks so good. I mean, he's looked good for a long time now, but he looks so.
See, I was hoping
that
if any scouts were watching, they came to the Blackburn game where he missed like 4 sitters in the first half. And I was like, this is good from Sargent.
Yeah.
He's putting off the competition. And then he comes out with that finish at the weekend, and I'm like, Josh, just wait 5 days for that. I'm with you.
Are you concerned about Sargent being sold?
No.
You think he'll stay?
I think he will.
Are we wetting the bed a little bit here?
No, I don't. No, I think there is reason to be concerned because I think you're right. If Bournemouth come in for 25 million quid, you probably sell him, don't you?
Well, no, you don't.
But I think
you shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't.
He's your key man.
No, I agree.
And by the way, with the handing over the baton now from Delia and Michael to, of course, the Atanasio group.
Is Josh happy?
Come on, yeah.
Were you getting good vibes?
Mate, he's really, he's as happy as Larry.
Okay, so no, I'm not worried.
But you have to bear in mind that the last time I had a picture with a Norwich player in the summer transfer window before the end,
who was that?
It was Johnny Howson.
And you now hate him?
Yeah, he went to Middlesbrough.
Oh no, so Sargent's you're gonna hate him in a couple of years.
No, look, I hope I've not cursed it. I'm optimistic that Sargent is going to stay, but you just never know in football.
No, I think you're right. And actually,
as Johannes Hoftorp said in his post-match, the transfer window's still open. There's risk here.
I think it was Paddy Davitt had said, and I must have missed this. I think someone had lodged like a £20 million bid for Sargent at the start of the window, and Norwich didn't listen.
I believe it was from an M&S club, wasn't it?
So if they're not listening at 20, then they're probably not even going to listen to 25.
I just think
in the period and when you sell him now, you're not going to replace him.
I don't think you sell him for any price now.
Yeah.
I just don't think you can, because you've sold Gabby.
Yeah.
You've sold
you can't sell all of them.
We've sold who out wide, which we're going to speak about at length soon, I'm sure. You can't sell Sargent.
The only reason you maybe sell him is if you think Super Schwartau is going to fire us to victory.
Which he could, but I think at 18 years old,
you must keep Sargent. And actually, even at 25 million, can you think of a striker that you can sign for that? That's going to score you 20.
That's going to guarantee goals. No.
You can't.
But I would go as far as saying our season depends on it.
Well, it did last season. He got injured and we were screwed.
Well, yeah, and that's my point.
Yeah.
I think if you sell Sargent, you're up shit creek. So Ben, don't listen to any offers, please.
Turn your phone off.
Turn your phone off. Turn off social media. And also, Josh, if you're listening, mate, couldn't you just miss a few, I don't mind if you set up a few goals maybe, but don't score any, please, until the transfer window's done.
It's a lovely place, Norwich. Why would you want to leave?
To be fair, they won't play him in the cup, will they?
No.
So they'll keep him in cotton wool for that one. He'll be out of the limelight for that one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get on to some of the departures.
Yes.
Chris, when I say the words Johnny Rowe...
You're going to go there at this stage.
Yeah, what comes to mind? It's not let's have a go anymore, is it?
I
This wasn't in the script. It shouldn't have ended like this, Chris.
I just genuinely, Jack, feel a profound sense of sadness, of disappointment. As you said, it wasn't meant to end like this for Johnny Rowe at Norwich City. And I think a lot of lessons should be learnt from this in terms of maybe the supporters' expectations of players, including myself. It really highlights the importance of having an agent that actually cares about your relationship with the supporters. It highlights the cruel nature of where football's at, and how footballers choose to behave. It was completely unacceptable, and it breaks my heart because, as everyone knows, and I can't hide it, Johnny Rowe, let's have a go. I said it from his debut at Palace.
Yeah.
He really stole my heart, did Johnny?
Yeah, he did.
And now he's broken it.
Oh,
Johnny, you've broken it. And
better
I think,
to have loved than lost, Chris.
Well, I think so. But the thing that really boils my piss about this isn't a player that's been a flash in the pan, right? And I know people say, well, he's only had half a season. No. What he did, the joy he gave us, the goals, Hull away, of course, being a Derby Day hero, the 2 goals at Portley Road. I know we never lose to Ipswich, I know that, but to score 2 goals in a derby, that's a very elite club of players that have done that.
Lewis Graben.
Leon McKenzie. I'm just so disappointed, and the most disappointing thing is this is a player that Norwich City have invested in from a young age.
Yeah.
He'd been at the club for a decade, I think it was, right? It was in the Houghton era that we brought him in, I think. So he's been here for a long time. Norwich have helped him. We've educated him. We've, in terms of schooled him. He's been through the academy system. He's been coached by Hucks. And a player that's been at a club for that long should not treat a club and its supporters with that.
I agree.
And Johnny, you stunk the place out. You stunk the place out, and you let us down. You let us down, mate. And it hurts me so much because, as I say, this isn't a player that's been here for half a season. That's barely done anything. You've been here for 10 years. We've really helped you develop as a player, and then you treat us like that. I think it's disgusting, actually, and I'm not surprised that the fans have reacted in the way that they have. Look, I do believe now internally it's water under the bridge, and I respect the fact that people internally have forgiven him. I was pleased that he apologised on social media. That lots of people have said, "Well, what do you think about that, Jack?" Because there was an apology that was issued on social media. I still think Johnny should go on the record in time and provide context as to why he might have acted like that. Maybe his agent did push him, and maybe he was blindsided. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking his side too much here. But he did apologise, and that's good.
I think for me now, and the disappointment, it's done. We got good money for him. He gets the moves he wanted, but it's the legacy, and maybe he doesn't care, right? He's got a move to Liga, big club, European football, probably higher wage. Like, for him, this has worked out how he wanted, and maybe he doesn't care about legacy. And he's a man. He's a young man. He's wanting to progress his career. Is Marseille from Norwich a step up? Yes, of course it is. We can't kid ourselves. So actually, in terms of end goal, he's got exactly what he wanted. Mm-hmm. And actually, the club have probably got what they wanted. £17 million
from an academy player.
That's a huge success story.
Yes.
You've found a player in London. You've nurtured him. You've educated him, and you've let him go after a good season for big money.
Yeah.
Tick in the box.
Yeah.
Right. The thing that disappoints me is, as you say, a couple of goals against Ipswich. He was the man. He was the star boy. And actually, you didn't expect it from him.
Yeah.
We'll get on to another player in a moment. There's certain players you do expect it from. Yeah. And actually, that doesn't hurt as much. You felt like he cared deeply. Yes. He loved the people around him. He saw this as a community.
Yes.
I think he's been badly advised.
I think his agents really let him down.
And I think agents in a big way there's some good agents. There's a lot of bad ones, and I think that's really disappointing. And ultimately, they don't care what the Norwich fans think of him. But they've got their cut. They move on. They don't care.
Yeah. The only thing I would say regarding the agent piece is that yes, you can be poorly advised and have a bad agent, but ultimately, you are your own man.
Oh, yeah.
And you have a responsibility and accountability for your own actions and behaviours. If he was advised to do what he did at Oxford, he could have said, no.
Yeah.
I've been here for 10 years. There's no way I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I'll play the long game here, right?
Because I think he gets his move either way.
Me too. And that's what's really frustrated me. Going to the deal point, right? Let's try and move this into a positive space.
I was just quickly going to say it's really funny how opinion changes. So Adam Eder, right?
Yeah.
Didn't fly to Austria.
Yeah.
And then played a 15-minute cameo against Oxford where he didn't really go in for any challenge and sort of huffed and puffed. He goes, best wishes, Adam. Well done, mate. You turned up against Oxford. And Johnny Rowe didn't rock up. And look, I agree. I thought it was really poor behaviour. But now his whole legacy's been tarnished.
Yeah, and I would agree with that.
And actually the stock of... Rowe compared to Eder. Rowe's right up here.
Yeah.
So it's those little things. And I think... I don't think Rowe will... Honestly, I don't think he'll care too much.
This is the thing, and this is why I posted what I posted. Because I said, look, Johnny, and I'd say this again, by the way, because I know that you have watched in the years that you've been at the club. Come on the record. You are invited to sit in this seat, right? And we'll have a conversation. We'll have a man-to-man, right? And you share how you feel about it and why you took the decision that you did, right? But I don't think he will. And I think, Jack, it's because he doesn't care. And that's why I posted what I posted, and that's why he did what he did to get the move that he did. If he genuinely cared, he doesn't act like that.
Well, I think sometimes you've just got to take the emotion out of this, right? He is a man with a very short career, and he knows there's an opportunity to move on.
I'm not begrudging him of that, Jack.
Does he care about my opinion?
No. It's not about individuals' opinions. I'm
agreeing with you.
It's about you need to be careful how you treat people on the way back, on the way up, because you meet them on the way back down again. So you be careful, right? And I think it's really poor. I actually think that the other academy players have probably learnt a lot from this experience, right?
Well, actually, not all of them.
Well, not all of them, and let's speak about them. But just before we go on to Kamara, I want to talk to you about the deal.
Yes.
And Ben Napper.
Ben Napper.
Bravo. What a deal. And do you know what I like about the deal the most?
Sound to the Arabs, that man.
So the deal we've got, I think I put it in the notes.
Well, it's a loan deal.
Yeah, but it's an obligation to buy.
So 14 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
3 million in optional add-ons.
Yeah.
Don't know what they'll be. Maybe not handing in transfer requests and turning up for every game. That might be one of them. And a 25% sell-on clause.
Right. And,
juicy.
And this is what I like, because I've got a prediction. Given what's happened at Oxford.
Yeah.
1 season in France.
Yeah. Lyon away last game. You're all right, lads.
He'll be 1 season in France. Don't get me wrong. I think he'll do really well in France. I think Johnny will do really well in that Marseille team under De Zerbi. Brilliant. He'll do really well.
Who's managing De Zerbi?
Yeah. And this is the other thing. Of course, I don't begrudge him of the boy of wanting to excel his career. I don't begrudge him if that's the way he did it. Anyway, the sell-on that's been put in there from Ben Napper is an act of genius. It is because he'll be there for a season, right, and he'll want to come back to England.
Oh.
That's what will happen.
You think he'll come back?
Yeah, I'm rubbing my genie ball,
right? Yeah.
And I'm saying,
yeah,
he's going to come back for England, and Norwich are going to get a chunky sell on.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think it's brilliant. I think Ben Napper deserves a lot of credit. And by the way, as well, I think a lot of people need to actually maybe just take a bit of a look at themselves, maybe including you, because Ben Napper, when he came in, was getting a lot of stick.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't do what he wanted to do because Stuart was still here, right? And now he's look at this window.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the deals that he's done. Look at the players that he's brought in.
Yeah, no, he's
of course, proof will be in the pudding on the players.
Well, I
think it's a good deal.
We've got 10 million quid for Alameda.
Yeah,
I mean that's old news now. But great money.
Yeah.
Actually, and I think the thing with Johnny Rowe, like marketable, young,
of course,
British, but also had played like 40 games in the Championship and had 6 good months. So 17 million quid for that? Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
The Academy players obviously learnt lots of lessons about Johnny Rowe's departure, because a man that's played 12 months of good football in League One now feels like he's better than Norwich and has handed in a transfer request. Step up, Abu Kamara. Welcome to the TNC Podcast. That's a good one, isn't it? Portsmouth got them promoted.
Oh, Abu.
Oh, haven't started the first couple of games. See you, lads.
Oh, Abu. So disappointed.
I loved, Paddy Davy. Quite dry, isn't he? Love Paddy.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well,
he's a straight shooter.
He's a straight shooter.
Yeah.
This is what I liked.
Yeah.
And he said, I've seen that Abu Kamara has been linked with Celtic and Anderlecht. He said, let's get into the real world. Not a chance.
Where did he say that?
He said it on the podcast.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. He said, let's get
on
into
the
real
Pink
world.
and Pod, he piled into them.
He's a Championship player.
Interesting.
Respect, Paddy Davitt.
Alongside
Connor Southall.
Again, the lad's been poorly advised.
This has been coming though, isn't it?
I don't know why, because after a brilliant, outstanding season at Portsmouth, someone is going to come in with an offer for you. You have had a brilliant League One season, right?
League One.
You don't, I know, which we'll go into a minute, but you don't have to hand in a transfer request like that. You just don't have to. I'm so
just
disappointed.
relax, Abu. Go to the sellout. Have a pint, mate. What are you doing?
I don't know. And
what's he doing?
I don't know, Jack. But the difference between him and Johnny is I'm like,
you haven't done anything.
Well, you haven't done anything.
He scored against Stevenage, mate. It was like he'd just been told his cat had been shot. He looked so upset.
Yeah, I know.
You want to start, you get given your start against Stevenage, you score. Oh, God, he's so miserable.
And after one League One season, and again, Norwich took a chance on you. We've supported you, we've helped you, and don't get me wrong, I know that there was a lot of kerfuffle around the Stuart Webber comments, and rightly so, by the way. But I'm kind of thinking to myself, come on, Abu, let's have a bit of fight. Let's have a bit of fight.
Yeah, where's your XP?
Let's have some fight. Let's have some passion. He doesn't want to fight for his place in the team.
No. Do you think there's more to this, though?
But why not?
Surely you're not handing in a transfer
because
request
internally,
you don't start at Oxford.
Because internally, they really rate Abu. They really rate him. And I'm speaking to people internally before really the summer window really got rolling. It was prior to the Euros, and the conversations were really highly rated. We ain't letting him go. We think he could be a star man for us this season. And then he's handed in a transfer request. It's just poor from Abu. It's poor from the agent.
Do you think he goes?
I think he goes now.
I mean, he probably has to, doesn't he?
I don't think. I think he's here in terms of he's wearing the Norwich shirt, but he's not here in terms of his presence.
Do you think that the sad thing for me is when we probably sell him? I probably don't even notice. I'll probably go, he's gone.
And I think that is a crying shame because I think this season, and I said it, I think on one of our podcasts, I was really, really excited by you, Abu, and I really, really do believe that you could have a fantastic career at Norwich if you chose to have one, but you've chose not to have one. I wish you good luck at another football club. Sadly, I think it's curtains here at Norwich City.
Ouch. Let's get to Twitter questions, Chris.
Yes. Come on, then.
Tyler Kirk's statement.
Yep.
Amankwa Forson will be in the EFL team of the season.
Yeah, could easily see that.
The touch on Saturday for the Sargent goal really got me going.
Yeah, could easily see that. Could easily see it. And I think we've only just seen the tip of the iceberg with Amankwa Forson's performances this season. He's going to be one of our best players, if not our best player this season. I agree.
Sam Love. Tyler. Good name, isn't it?
Sam Love. Love that. Solid name.
He says, even though let me start again. Sam Love. Even though he has a little bit of developing to do, I am excited about the Ghanaian Gabby, Amankwa Forson. He plays football with such pace and instinct. I think he has potential to be a huge attacking outlet for us over the next couple of years.
And I didn't expect him to be that much of a creative outlet. And when, I know it's only one game, but when he came off against Sheffield United, it kind of felt like that was it in terms of obviously Borja was still on, but unfortunately it wasn't quite. I think they'd managed to suss signs out a little bit maybe, and all the joy was coming centrally against Sheffield United. As soon as Amankwa went off, things kind of dried up.
It was amazing when Forson came on in that cameo at Oxford, and when you from literally the first touch, you're like, he's got something. The way that he receives the ball and moves the ball, he's just got it. It was like when Wendia first came here. It was like when Gabby first came here. You just go, oh shit, he's got something.
He's got it. And I like the way. And again, he's lower central gravity. He uses his body to feint, turn. You can just see it, both feet, and all of a sudden, you're almost slightly under the cosh. He's got a man behind him. Just one turn, and all of a sudden you're in between the lines, and he's releasing Sargent.
Yeah,
we're going to see that a lot this season. Jacob Black says, question. Do you think we still need a number 10? Really impressed with how we move the ball, but we still seem short of a quality pass in the final third. Jacob, agree with your point about the quality of the pass in the final third. We saw this a couple of times against Sheffield United. I mean, obviously, towards the end of the game, people will expect me to say this. Onel's been brought on with 5 minutes to go. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get that opportunity into the box. Sargent has such a good opportunity to either pull the trigger or feed Borja.
Can I just say something?
He doesn't do that either.
You're a bad luck charm for Onel.
What?
Yeah.
Because he scored when I was away.
He hadn't scored at Carrow Road since 2019. Chris Reeve leaves the country and scores twice.
I actually told him off for that. I actually WhatsApped him saying, mate, I'm out of the country and you've scored two.
I think you're bad news for him, mate.
I love her now. I think that we're going to see some really, really good games and performances from Onel this season under Johannes Hofturup. I think Johannes is really taking him under his wing. Onel's working harder than ever before. Write Onel off at your peril, right? Because I think he's going to be a really, really good player. And even if it's off the bench, I think it'd be brilliant for us this season. So, Jacob Black, let's go back to his question.
Yeah.
Yes, the quality of the pass in the final third was very apparent against Sheffield United. Weirdly, and you're about to have a go at me for this, I think say
it.
I was about to say, I actually think the weather affected us.
Okay.
Should it? No, but I think that the wet and the rain on Saturday affected that final pass. So I think if it's not raining at Cov, we'll see some more quality. Maybe I've lost my head in Kenya. Do we need number 10? My answer, no, Jacob, I don't, because Oscar Schwartau can play there.
Big Oscar.
Ante Sinats can play there. And as I've said on this podcast time after time, I think Signs can play there as well. Yeah. So I don't think it's the number 10 we need.
I think we need a wide player.
Yes.
Certainly if Abu Kamara leaves. And I think we need like a number 8. We need a holding midfielder.
Yeah,
a beefy one.
I agree. Here we go. James Starling. Let's get a bit of positivity in here, shall we?
Yeah.
Statement. For the first time since that first promotion season under Farke, I feel optimistic about Norwich City. Hard to explain to anyone looking at a team in 20th place who hasn't won this season. But we can all sense something good is developing onwards and upwards. I really love that from you, James.
I like
that. You can feel that something's bubbling. And as I've said, it could come crashing down at Cov in terms of we might not get that result there. But I can feel something, genuinely. I can feel something. I don't think I'm tricking myself. This isn't just positive self-talk. I can look at the patterns of play developing, the players that we've been bringing in, the way that Forson delicately touched that ball through to Sargent for the goal against Sheffield United, the opportunities that we carved. I'm feeling optimistic too. Are you genuinely feeling optimistic?
Yeah, no, I am.
Good.
I like what's going on. We obviously haven't spoken about it, but we have in previous videos. The Atenasia group kind of taking full ownership. I like the recruitment and I like the patterns of that. Look, time will tell whether any of them are any good, but I think that at least we're trying to do the right things, and that's positive. I like the introduction of Gabe Forsyth and Elliot Miles and the younger lads.
Me too.
I think there's buy-in, and I think we'll continue to see that over the next few years. I actually think I want to give a bit of credit to Shane Duffy. I thought he was good on Saturday, and I think fair play for him buying in. I mean, we haven't really got an option if you want to play, but of course, well done, Shane Duffy. I like Ben Napper. I really, really like Johannes Hofthorpe for 2 reasons.
Go on.
I like the football.
Yep.
And I like the way he's handled some really difficult situations.
Yeah,
he's not taking any shit. Yeah. He's that type of guy that will he will love you and he will hate you in equal measure, but for good reason. And I like that.
I wouldn't mess with him, by the way.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
You're walking on a tightrope, but it's a fun tightrope to walk.
Yeah,
one of those
of course, yeah.
And look, it's been a while. It's been since probably 2019, early days of Webber and Farke. That felt okay, something's building here.
Yes.
And something's building here, and I think expectations are slightly different, and that's been the exciting thing. I don't think the expectation this season is necessarily promotion. If we finish top 6, amazing.
Yes.
But I don't think that's it, and I think that gives you a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah.
And I've walked away, not from Oxford, but from Stevenage, from Blackburn, and from Sheffield United.
Well, not from Stevenage, surely, because Stevenage is Stevenage.
No, but it was good fun.
Okay.
I walked away from that.
But, mate,
you missed the fun. You're away, right? Don't rain on everyone's parade. Oil scored twice.
Don't. You know, they are Stevenage. We should be convincingly beating them at home.
I enjoyed myself. Okay. I scored 4 goals.
Right?
And I saw Arnold score twice, and you didn't. Okay. And
I've
walked away from those games, and I've gone, oh, that was fun.
Yeah. And by the way,
that was good fun.
And by the way, let's just remind ourselves amongst the XG, football hipster merchants that are enjoying statistics.
We don't use XG anymore.
Let's remember what we pay our money for. Let's remember why we bought our season tickets. It's to be entertained, and we're seeing entertaining football. Let me just do a few quick fire positive comments. Chris Reynolds, rave, I can't believe it. Saturday, you could see the system and some structure. The team looked like a well-oiled machine for the most part. The passing at times was a little rushed and some poor decisions, but overall, I can actually see progression.
Agreed.
Jay says at the Jay Dawson's statement, Nodge are going to be better than the 18-19 season. JHT is cooking. Matt Gregory's his statement. Owankwa Forson should have his own section on Pornhub. Oh, that was too quick. With some of his passes at the minute. Yes, I actually agree, Matt. The Art Mixer says a statement. Callum Doyle is the best centre-half I've ever seen at the Carrow. Wow.
And just quickly on the back of that,
come on.
Finley says reminder. A new
little
introduction.
A reminder.
Thanks, Finley.
Reminder.
Never fall in love with a lone player.
I know.
Danny Pacheco. I see you. I love Danny Pacheco.
Warsong Terry says, by the way, I fucking love that name. Warsong Terry says statement. Forson over Sarah, don't at me. Wow, well I've just I'm not at you, Warsong, that's for sure. Again, Shane, question. I'm really encouraged by our transfer business this season. What other positions? There's loads
and I like
of positivity.
That because the TNC followers, probably because I've been quite negative for the last 18 months, I think I look at the TNC audience and I think realistic, well-natured people.
Educated.
But
yes.
can be critical when needed.
Yeah.
Norwich City haven't won a league game this season, so you could say, the TNC followers might be a little bit negative.
Yeah.
No, you would be wrong. Yeah. They are positive.
Yeah.
They are upbeat.
Yeah.
They are excited for the future.
Yeah, like Finley H. Sargent, best striker in the league, must keep. DZ, his statement, we can really see some glimpses of brilliance coming through. This is a random one from Lee Jones. 2 home games already this season, and our worst performer has been the PA system.
Oh.
I hope Napa can get a replacement for the
and I did see the Barclay roofs leaking again. Have you seen that?
There's a couple of water features. No, they're not leaking. They're water features.
No. The other end, near the snake pit, there is a genuine hole in the roof, Chris. I saw what a good friend of TNC, Matt Johnson, tweeting about it.
It's not ideal, is it?
This is a quick one. Robin says, just a question. What happened to Dave from the old TNC Matchday Experiences? Big Dave.
Yeah.
He's still going. He's still at the games.
Yeah.
I don't see him very much, but him, Snads.
Yeah.
He's still kicking about.
Still doing his thing, yeah.
Still doing their thing.
Few of the fan cam classics.
I might one day bring back a one-off matchday experience. I don't know when.
What about... Oh, I thought you were about to say fan cams as well.
Oh, no, not fan cams.
Could you imagine that?
They're done. But yeah, I might bring one back. Maybe if we get to Wembley or we get into Europe, I'll bring back a matchday experience. We'll have Big Dave, we'll have Snads, we'll have all the boys back in town for one last hurrah.
There's just so many positive comments, which is great to see.
Jeff says, give Sargent keys to City Hall, rename the Wensum the River Sarge. Whatever it takes. The River What got a ring to it.
I do quite like that, actually. Yeah, I do quite like that. It's so positive, Jack, and that's really encouraging, isn't it? What about this from Ben Jones? Says, one for Chris. Which Norwich player is most like an animal you would see on a safari?
Well, you've got an easy out with the bison, Brad the Bison.
Yeah, but it's buffalo you're seeing out there, and you don't mess with the buffalo. Actually, you really don't. They are built like a brick shithouse, and if you get anywhere near them, they are smashing you to smithereens.
Okay,
and I think that could be Jose Cordoba.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think. What else could I say?
I mean, Callum Doyle doesn't hold any prisoners, does he?
No, I think Callum Doyle could quite comfortably be just like, I don't know, the daddy elephant, just smashes you. Yeah, I think he could easily.
Hernandez is a. Do you see any cheaters?
Ben actually said, yeah, no, I did actually.
Yeah. Onel
could be. Ben Jones then also adds off the back of that. Forgot to add, mine would be Sargent as a rhino because he gives me the horn.
Good. I was thinking, what are really efficient in killing their prey?
I think a Manqua Forsen could be the cheater.
Yeah, but I was thinking Sargent, quick killer.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter.
Doesn't mess around. Yeah.
Sees what he wants, kills it, eats it, done. Thanks very much.
No, I do like that.
Do you want a little laugh, Chris?
Go on.
Just been sent this. Oasis have split up and got back together.
Yeah. And
Ipswich still haven't beaten Norwich. It's been a while since Oasis did that.
Wow, that's a good stat, that one. I want to address something, Jack.
Okay.
Sergeant Season says, rant, Canary Call needs improving. So negative these days. Let's address this, right? Because we're both on Canary Call. Michael Bailey as well.
We made it shit.
Now, I'm really keen to address this, okay? Now, there's a lot of talk. And, you know, I obviously tuned in to your Canary Call post Sheffield, and the callers were on the whole critical and negative.
Yeah, they were. They
were. But the thing that we need to say is, right, there's lots of people, self-proclaimed positive people, moaning about the moaning on Canary Call. If you have got a positive point, if you want to praise one of the players, the performance, the result, give us a call, ring up and share your point, because if the only callers are negative ones, then it is what it is. Now, the people also say, well, you know, you should, you know, shut them down or ignore them or, you know, kill the line. But I think there's a lack of understanding, Jack, of like just how much is going on, like in your ear and on the phone and and your guest.
Also, if someone doesn't like what they're seeing, who am I to say, oh, you're wrong? It's football. It's an opinion, right?
And we still haven't won a game yet,
Were
right?
the calls on Saturday negative?
Yes.
Yes, they probably were. There were also some really positive ones. If you don't like the calls, give us a ring.
Yeah.
You go on your phone, right, and you click the call button, and then you go to your keypad and you type in the number and you go, hello, it's Dave from Dereham, and I really love Josh Sargent.
Yes.
And then you get through to me,
yes.
and I go, hello, Dave from Dereham, you really love Josh Sargent.
It's not difficult,
and you
is
go,
it?
oh yeah, I'm really loving Josh Sargent, really positive. So give us a ring.
We have to be a bit bullish about this, guys, because there's a lot of moaning and
be the change you want to see.
Yes, 100%.
Just give us a call.
If you want to be positive, come cool.
And I also hate this opinion of oh, it's negative, you should cut them off. Who am I to cut someone off because they don't think Norwich haven't won a league yet? If you don't love what you're seeing, I did love Bernie calling Grant Holt Graham Holt.
I mean,
that was a highlight.
I mean, Bernie, bless Bernie,
good old Bernie.
That wasn't good. Bernie's call wasn't good.
Look,
give
us a call.
Yeah, give us a call.
I'll be there.
Give us a call.
Selhurst Park.
Yeah.
When Oscar Schwartz just scored a hat-trick.
And I'll be there at Cov away. Give us a call. If you've got a positive point, let's hear it from you. I want to be positive. As long as we see a positive display, I'll be positive. Come and be positive on Canary Call. The other thing I wanted to say as well is if you watch my behind the scenes from Oxford away, please understand, right, there is a lot going on, right? So you're there, you're with the guest, so you're trying to talk to the guest. You've got the callers coming through the line. You've got a producer talking in your ear, saying, "Right, up next, Chris, it's Gary," and then da-da-da-da. And then you're trying to make sure that you share your opinion and listen and respond to the caller. So it's very easy for people to be like, "Oh, just shut them down." Well, we don't want to be rude. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? But at the same time, I understand that they were negative. So please give us a call and share some positives.
And if Norwich get pumped 5-0 by Palace on Tuesday, please don't call if you're feeling positive.
Just all
you're
the
feeling good about things, aren't you?
Yeah. Look,
Me
I
too.
am. Yeah, I am. Look, I'm not feeling good about the way that Johnny left. I'm really hurt by that.
It's gone. It's done. Got our money. It's fine.
I'm still licking my wounds from that though, Jack, because he was my man.
Let it go.
I'm trying, Jack.
New heroes.
But I agree.
I think
but I'm feeling
your
optimistic.
new hero is going to be Danish, young, and tall.
Oscar Schwartau.
He's the man. He's the man.
I am saying that my hero, well, there's two. For me, Mancra Forson's the man.
Yeah.
Jose Cordoba as well. I actually think Shane Duffy was quite fortunate to start at the weekend.
I thought he was good though.
Yeah, he was all right. But for me, Jose Cordoba is the man. Him alongside Callum Doyle at centre-back. Championship strikers are going to be absolutely shitting themselves. Yeah? The Carrow Road pitch is going to be stained with shit because they will scare them that much. And that is what I want to see.
I think Cordoba probably starts next to Hills on Tuesday.
Interesting.
That's why I'm up for the cup.
Grab the Bison,
a little bit.
Get to see the Bison in action.
Yeah, that'll be good. Do we need another left back?
No.
Okay.
Do we?
Well, I really like Crescene.
Yeah.
I think he starts there. Yeah. I think Callum Doyle is so good. He's a centre back though. He's not a left back.
Yeah, but if you
want not a left back.
Yeah, but he could go in as left back as well, and that'll be all right.
Just because he could doesn't mean he should.
But you're only seeing the start. He can play there if he wants to. So forgive my ignorance because I've actually forgotten. I think it might have been his loan at Coventry. He was a centre back, was outstanding and was highly acclaimed. Left back for Leicester didn't play as many games, I think, injured, which is why. So I think it could be centre back.
Next time we'll be filming this, the transfer window will be shut, slammed shut.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
A quick prediction on just name positions that you think will come in and who might leave.
Do you
want me to go first?
We're definitely going to sign a midfielder.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we're going to sign a winger as well.
Okay.
But who that winger is at this point, I can't bank on Renier from Madrid. I can't. I just think it's a really tough one to get done. I'll be very impressed if we do, mind. I don't think we'll sign anyone else, though, in any other area of the pitch. I think it'd be those two positions. In terms of out, I am really, really, really scared about Sargent. I'm so scared I'm so scared.
I think we'll be okay.
But because of Johnny Rowe, I'm scared now. I'm like, well, anything can change.
Yeah.
Any time.
Oh, he's put you on edge, hasn't he? Rowe's really it's a tough breakup, that one.
It is a tough breakup.
Anxious.
Yeah.
I think we're okay with Sarge.
Yeah.
I think Kamara goes, and I think probably for all parties, hopefully.
Yeah.
But needs someone to buy him first.
Yeah, of course.
And I think the positions we need a winger.
Yeah.
We need a holding midfielder.
Yeah, or just a midfielder in general,
and someone that brings vibes. I want more vibes.
You want vibes?
I want even more vibes.
But why can't we have a winger / midfielder that has vibes as well?
Yeah. Why not?
There you go. That's the sort of insight that you get on Talk Norwich City.
Crystal Palace on Tuesday.
Yes.
Coventry on Saturday. We'll be back on Monday.
Well, if we have sold Sargent, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'm not ready.
Right.
I'm genuinely not ready. You can cancel the podcast.
Okay.
I'll be absolutely furious.
Just calm down. Don't speak into existence.
Yeah, you're right. He's gonna stay and he'll score 25 goals this season. Oh God, that's getting clipped up. Thank you for watching.
See you later. Bye bye.